Disney. Did you know your car suspension is made of so many compositions? If yes, what are they? The show is Autocheck on Box to Reveal, and of course, you are watching us on ITV. I am Azia Amaltiba, and I'm joined here by the CEO of Tudor Motors. But before I properly introduce him, don't forget the show is brought to you by Grand Eco Cabanas Resort. They are your best resort when it comes to a place for your recreation activities. Also, Find Care Limited, Tinatet Herbal Center, and ADS Communications. As I said today, we are going to talk about the suspension. And I'm joined here by Mr. Kevin Tudor, who is the CEO of Tudor Motors. Mr. Kevin, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Amaltiba.
We've met again.
Yes.
Hope everything is fine.
Yes, everything is fine.
Okay, we thank God. Mr. Tudor, today we are going to talk about the suspension in our vehicles. So when we say suspension, what is suspension?
Thank you very much. And thank you for our viewers too.
Oh yeah, come.
And when you talk of suspension, suspension is components joined together that carries the car itself.
Okay.
When I talk of suspension, I mentioned the shock absorbers, the lower arm,
Okay.
and then the steering rag,
Okay.
the upper arm, the ball joint, and then the tie rod ends.
Wow.
They all form suspension.
Wow. So so it means different kinds of different
Parts
parts comes together to form the suspension.
Yes.
And you made mention of so how does it function?
Fine. When you look at a car itself, the wheels, the tires, they sit on something. And what carries the tie is the shock absorber, and then the lower arm, and then the upper arm.
Okay.
It's driven by a shaft that is connected from the gearbox to the suspension, which is the hub. You understand? So they contribute to form a suspension.
Okay.
Now, if you want to know much about those parts, like the lower arm carries the hub,
Okay.
which the shaft drives on, which the tie to is attached to.
Okay.
So, with the hub and the lower arm, like I told you, carries the hub
Up, yeah.
to the beam. We have something we call the beam, which is under the car.
Okay.
Now, this lower arm will do the major job. That carries the shock absorber and then the hub, and then that carries the car itself. Let me put it that way. Yes.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. Okay, Mr. Tudor, I would like us to pick one or two things that comes together to form the suspension so you can throw more light on. When you were talking, you made mention of something called the lower and the upper arm, and you just explained briefly on the lower arm. Can you go a bit deep in the two, the lower arm and the upper arm?
The lower arm is connected with two things.
Okay.
We have the bushings and then the ball joint.
Okay.
The ball joint carries the hub. The hub that holds the tie. Fine. The lower arm, the ball joint, and the lower arm bushings. Along the line, especially when you drive on rough road, you walk through rain, water, and that kind of thing. Sometimes they get weak.
Okay.
And when these things get weak, they make funny noise under the car.
Okay.
You hear a lot of noise, as if something is broken or something like
In
that.
the vehicle.
Yes. But those things are spoiled, which is the bushings, the lower arm bushings, and then the ball joint.
Yeah.
You just get new ones and then you fix them and everything is okay.
Okay.
The same applies to the upper arm. The upper arm to have the same thing like the lower arm.
Okay.
But it's in between. But normally, with the saloon cars, the small cars, they don't have upper arms.
Okay.
It's only few of them. You can get the upper arm on 4x4 cars, trucks. They have those kind of suspension. But with the smaller cars, they don't have that. They have only the lower arm and then the spring and the shock absorber joined together.
Okay.
That are the small things that contribute to make the front suspension.
Okay.
But what I say, we have the rear suspension too.
Okay.
That is also there. It also has the lower arm. Some of them have the upper arm, and then with the spring and then the shock absorbers.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so talking about the ball joint too, what can you say about the ball joint in our suspension?
Yeah, the ball joint, sometimes we take it like, oh, it's just a noise. We don't take it serious sometimes. Especially, I wouldn't say we take them for a joke. Most of the Ghanaians don't take them for a joke, I know.
Okay.
Especially, they don't like to hear something noise
In their
under their
vehicles,
car.
it's
They
true.
don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So I know very well they don't take them as a joke. They're always serious with them. But what I know they don't take it serious is the shock absorbers.
The shock absorbers.
Absorbers.
Okay.
They don't take them serious sometimes. Because one, some of them are very expensive.
Okay.
So you look at it and say, no, let me take it for some time. Mama sir, it's your life. Anything can happen at any time.
Okay.
So you don't take those things for a joke. We must take them serious too. So that's the piece of advice I can give to them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Tudor, talking about the rack ends,
Yeah.
what can you say about? Because I know the rack ends is also found
Yeah.
under the car.
rack ends is connected to the steering
Okay.
and then joined to the hub. That helps to turn the steering left and right.
Okay. So that controls the steering.
It controls the steering, how to turn left and right on the car. That's the rack ends.
Rack ends,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, when you talk about the rack itself, it comes with the rack ends. There is three parts joined together.
Okay.
We have the rack itself, and then we have the inner ball, and then the rack ends.
Okay.
You understand? These three things can get spoiled at any time. But when they get spoiled, normally it's the ball joint, the rack ends that get spoiled. They also make funny noise,
Okay.
like something like that. So sometimes we don't take them serious. Sometimes because we think, oh, let's manage it for some time. But master, they are very dangerous too.
How dangerous can they be?
They can easily come up, poof. And when it comes out, you can't control the steering again. The car or the steering will determine where you want to go.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Because you have no power on the steering anymore. Maybe on one tire, but the other tire is not for you.
Wow. Okay. So like, how frequent? You were going to say something?
Let me chip something here.
Okay.
With the spring and the shock absorbers, the spring carries. No, the shock absorber helps the spring to work. Without the shock absorber, you can see some cars when we are just behind some cars, you see them bouncing.
Yeah.
As if they are dead or something like
Are
that.
they not normal?
No, it's not normal.
Wow.
It means the shock absorbers are dead.
Wow.
It's only the springs that are working,
Wow.
and which is not good. Which is not good.
Wow.
Especially when you fall into potholes, the car can easily swerve you any direction that you want to go. It's very dangerous.
That's when your shock absorbers
When your shock
are
absorbers are
damaged.
dead, you understand?
Okay.
The car can easily swerve you at any time.
Wow.
It's very dangerous.
Wow. Okay. It is very dangerous. Mr. Tudor would like to go for a quick commercial break. Guys, as you heard him, it's very dangerous when your shock absorbers are damaged. So make sure you always check your shock absorbers. Let's go for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Mama, nade, sama ka kire wo sai. Tetenten tan na wo na menya hoho.
Bema, we nya ntintan asemo.
Wadura ni. Gbedema garlic bitters.
Oso koto de.
Mela.
Ya de garlic ne prekese na ye droway. Enti wono mu a ehrohro ni pedue no mu. Ne bebie wuntini mu aboa momoja na etumi edi afrosa ne ye. Na afa ye bema wa hoden sronko a wo de begina wo nan so brebiara.
Hwe, gbedema garlic bitters. Ene mama pomudi a mitumi nanti de mu ni nyina mintibre. Mini mebusiafo de yendi ho agrokra. Hwe, nkode ko.
Na die na ekoso, obi edi edro bi ho adanse a kire me. Die edro gbedema garlic bitters. Gbedema garlic bitters. We na me di ye bibia. Oba won fichiri komu yaw ne bema wodwunso a wobre wosu wedro ne F1 capsules fine care limited and e de dro we abedwaso kai se edro nyama pinfo oba o ma ne banofo ene mofra wondi mfie dumien wobenye edro bi wo drugstore biaram etufo mfre 0272 422 242 ana 0248 288 788 bedema garlic bitters ne F1 capsules a jenkwankasa.
Nansu biom.
Aduane to me yam na me yam ya. Menum nso nya me de.
Bra, na wawie.
Behwe wo nuane. Nanse me ma na aduane a ondi. Aduane to ne yam na ne yam ya ne ya. Ne sonso tia na eti.
Na monti Tinatet Tomac mixture nka.
Dabio.
Tinatet Tomac mixture ejema obi a owo ulcer. Obi aduane to ne yam na ne yam ya ne ya. Obi amframa ejina ne yam. Obi a odidi a aduane no ntimi digest ye. Omosan wo Tinatet apike. Ejema obi a ontimi ndidi. Obi a onni moja. Obi onante kakra na nani so chi no. Esan siesie wedie. Eno na me ni mebusu ya no mu. Ma na ehye me bag mu.
Na metumi ma ne bi nom de.
Ma ne bi ma me.
Mira, na to boasi didie.
Tinatet Tomac mixture and Tinatet apike. Ama me yam ada ho. Menum nso atoso.
Tinatet indro. Ebusia
chefa. Wo pene dudu atua. Kwa kai she drag lane.
Are you looking for the best of communication services in this modern time? Are you in search of a company whose aim is to understand your needs and to fulfill them? Then, ADS Communications become your best resource. We are experts in market promotion, printing, branding, online marketing, media buying, events organizing, advertising services, and many more. With ADS Communications, you are guaranteed of a quality and timely service delivery. Locate ADS Communications at North Kaneshi, Scaffold House, opposite Dance Bar, or call us on 0243 745 901 or 0206 787 858. Email us on adscommunications5@gmail.com. ADS Communications. Stay in touch to be connected. Okay guys, welcome back to the show, and of course you are watching Autocheck, and today we are discussing the suspension in our vehicles. Now we're talking about shock absorbers when we went on the break, and we'd like to know, Mr. Tudo, how do you know, how can one tell if its shock absorbers is damaged?
Yeah. You can easily notice this thing when your shock absorber is dead, especially when you drive the car along the road. Okay. You fall into a portal, you hear some hard noise. Okay. Bum, something like that, from the behind or the front. You understand? By so doing, you can go to your mechanic and let your mechanic check for you. Okay. That'll be the best thing. But you cannot see it by yourself. Maybe that kind of noise and that kind of feeling, you ask him to check. Okay. You ask your mechanic to check. You don't tell him your shock absorber is dead. You go and tell him he should check it for you. Okay. Yes. Wow. So, Mr. Tudo, you being an expert, since the suspension is made of so many compositions, is it like mandatory for someone to say, okay, I want to go and check my suspension during this period of time? Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. And why? Yeah, because that carries you. That's your life. Okay. You understand? When you talk of suspension, the engine is not the car you think. But the suspension is your life. Okay. That carries you along. So I think it's very good, maybe, especially to depend the area that you live. Okay. You see, when it's a rough road, it's a dusty place, you know, that is where you decide to go to the mechanic and ask him to check your suspensions. If they are bad, some of them are bad, he'll tell you to change them. Okay. I think it's very necessary. You have to do that. Okay, so if you drive frequently on a bumpy road, how long would you give a car owner to always go and check? When you talk of suspension, we have different kinds of suspensions under the car. Some of them are strong, others are weak. Maybe you bought the car very new. Okay. You know how your car is. At the moment it changed, you know. Sure. At the moment the car changed, the system changed, you know, no, this is not my car. So you go to the mechanic to check all those things for you. Okay. You see, the car is like a baby. You are the mother. You know your baby. Exactly. I don't like the way she cried these days. So why don't you check my baby for me? That's the car. You get my point? Yes, I get you. Okay, so your last words to the public on the suspension. Yes, it's a piece of advice I can give to all car owners. Suspension is our life. when you talk of car, suspension is our life. When you talk of engine, it's the car. But when you talk of suspension, it's your life.
Okay.
Because that carries you along. If anything happens, if you're even at a certain speed and your ball joint comes out, whoa, that's you
Sure.
and God.
Sure.
But when something happens to your engine, the car will just stop by itself. And then you ask your mechanic to come and check it for you. So suspension, please, it's very necessary that you let your mechanic check anytime you think there's a problem.
Okay.
It's very, very important. Yes.
It's very, very important. Mr. Tuda, before we continue, we'd like to acknowledge our sponsors. Okay, guys, the show is brought to you by Fine Care Limited. Fine Care says they produce Bedema garlic bitters, which helps the body to function well in terms of blood circulations. And also they have F1 capsules, which is also good for menstrual pains and painful sensations when urinating. You can call Fine Care Limited on 0272 422 242 or 0248 288-788. Also, Grand Eco Cabanas Resource says they are your solution when it comes to a place. When you're looking for a place that is frequented for your holidays, honeymoons, parties, and many more activities, just contact Grand Eco Cabanas Resort. You can call them on 0201 181 182 or 0550 500 000. Locate Grand Eco Cabanas Resort at Kumasi, Lake Busumtree. Also, Tinatek Herbal Center says they produce Tinatek Stomach Mixture, which is good for stomach ulcer, stomach ache, and indigestion. Tinatek Apicare is also good for regain of appetite, and it increases low level of blood. You can call Tinatek Herbal Center on 0208 160 807 or 0276 875 629. ADS Communication says they are your best resource when it comes to anything advertising. If you want a place to do your printing, branding, anything advertising, just contact ADS Communications on 0243 745 901 or 0206 781 858. Locate ADS Communication at North Kaneshi, Scaffold House, directly opposite Dance Bar. Before we go, Mr. Tudo, in case anyone wants to locate you, how do they get to you?
Yeah. My shop is located at Mataheko, just behind the police quarters.
Okay.
You can contact me on my number is 020 859 7010 026 859 7010.
Okay. Mr. Tudor is always ready to render his services to you. He is the CEO of Tudor Motors. Call him for any electronic, any mechanical services, and he's ever ready to render his services to you. I am Azia Amaltiba, and the show is Box to Reveal Autocheck. Always keep your car in check.